Well, Tom, we're about to reach the halfway stage in the Premier League season. Things could be a little bit better in terms of results. How do you assess how things have gone?
I think it's been, obviously, we had a tough pre-season, probably overachieved in the first few weeks, but then we haven't had the results since then, really. The last few performances have been more encouraging, but as you say, the results still aren't there, so we probably need to focus more on results over performances at the minute, but if we can combine the two, it'd be better.
Yeah, I mean, it's about goals as much as anything, isn't it? Because you've tightened up a little bit. I mean, I know you shipped in 3 in the last 20 minutes or so against City, but prior to that and the game before, you seem to have settled on a formation that was working for you.
Yeah, the manager changed the system for the Palace game, I think it was, and we've seen, I don't know, it seems to suit people a lot better, and as I say, since then I think the performances have been a lot more encouraging, although as you say we haven't taken the lead in many games. I think the West Ham one sticks out in our mind. First off, we could have been sort of 2 or 3 up at half time and seen the game out, but in the end we didn't get no points that much.
And it's fine margins, isn't it? I mean, hitting the woodwork 3 times, if it had just gone a couple of inches in another direction, you'd have had that boost and everybody's lifted then, aren't they?
Yeah, massively. I think that game was just an odd luck story kind of thing. But there's been others where we've played well, we just haven't been able to be as clinical as we would like or expect in front of goal, but hopefully that will change starting with the Everton game.
You've 3 league wins. Have you set yourselves any targets about how many wins you might need to avoid the drop?
No, we haven't. Obviously, as close to 40 points is usually good enough, but I think it's been less in recent years to keep you up. But we've just got to concentrate on getting wins as soon as possible and not focus too much on a certain target.
Do the players feel as though they need a bit of help with some new fresh faces in the January transfer window?
Obviously that's down to the chairman and the management, but for us normally if you bring new players in it gives the place a lift, and I think it can only help if the manager brings the right players in, but as a squad we feel fairly confident, even though the results aren't going our way. Going into matches and training every day, we feel confident and feel that we're doing our job as well as we can.
Because I suppose the manager's not really had the opportunity to shape the squad in the way that he would have liked because of the way things were at the start of the season, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't had a full transfer window in charge. I think a couple of the signings in the summer were last few days of the window, so it seemed a bit rushed then. But obviously this January he's going to have the full month, and hopefully he's got targets in mind that can help us get points as soon as possible.
I suppose when you're bottom of the table there's no easy games, but Everton, what are your thoughts about that game?
No, I watched Everton recently and they're a very good team. They've got sort of 2 or 3 different systems that they can play, full of internationals throughout the squad as you expect, with a top team in the Premier League, so it is going to be difficult, but it's one of them. We've been doing alright at home recently, so hopefully we can continue the performances, but we need to coincide it with results.
And it's about keeping people like Lukaku quiet and doing the business that they're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we can worry too much about individuals because they've got a lot of quality throughout the squad, but we've just got to stick to our game plan and hopefully we can come out with a positive result.
Have you felt about your own form just recently, Tom?
No, I felt I've been doing okay since I've been back in the team, but the main thing's the results, which hasn't been coming, so that's been disappointing. But on a personal level, I felt I've played okay and the team's been playing fairly well as well.
You were 30 yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah.
How did you celebrate that?
No, my girlfriend organised like a meal type thing, just with family and friends. A few of my friends from London and then my school friends and family in Nottingham. So that was nice to see everybody.
Surprise party?
No, I actually knew about it this time. But no, it was good to see everybody. But obviously with the fixtures, it weren't nothing too crazy. But it was just nice to have family and friends around you.
4 points adrift at the moment. What importance do you place on staying in touch with those teams above you, just outside the relegation places?
Yeah, massively. we know it's going to be difficult. But then 4 points, we could have easily had them in the last sort of 2 or 3 matches. So as long as everybody's still in touching distance, which they are, I think West Ham have shown if you can win sort of 2 or 3 games on the bounce, you just catapult yourself up the league. So that's our objective. We just need to put a good string of results together.